Jamaica last Wednesday, showing no symptoms but sought medical attention on Sunday. And the results of tests came back positive this morning.
We anticipated from some time ago there was a strong possibility that this day would come, given the pace of the spread of this virus globally. So we have been preparing, and we have now just triggered the next phase of the response, which, because of an important case, would include as a priority containment of the particular case so as to prevent the community transmission. And we have already made contact with individuals, family members. We have already established a protocol that they be confined to a particular space, to their homes, and further assessment of that situation is ongoing as we speak.
Here in Barbados, Prime Minister Mia Motley today convened a special meeting of the social partnership that included the opposition leader and the head of the Democratic Labour Party to prepare for what is said to be not just the possibility, but the certainty that Barbados will get a case of the coronavirus. Ms. Motley again warned the country against panic over the threat and called for a united national response.
And this country, in our post-independence era, we have had a distinguished record of knowing how to stand together to fight common threats. This is a threat that faces all Barbadians, and we have within us the capacity to work together and to dig down deep to do that which is necessary to sustain life.
And the acting chief medical officer, Dr. Anton Best, felt it was only a matter of time before Barbados got a COVID-19 case and outlined the national plan, which includes declaration of a state of emergency if necessary.
So when we get our first suspected case, for instance, we will stand up the National Emergency Operations Center and activate the isolation centers. When we have in-country human-to-human transmission, that will trigger stage 2, and then a series of actions to follow. And then we have the fourth and final stage, which is stage 3, at which point we will declare a state of emergency and any additional supplementary facilities that need to be put into action will be open.
Both the opposition leader, Bishop Joseph Atherley, and DLP President Verla de Pisa praised Prime Minister Motley for her leadership of the national response effort and urged national unity.
And Barbadians have really got to respond to this with full spirit and with prudence. And I want to publicly applaud the government for taking the lead, the Prime Minister for taking the lead in so doing, and reassuring Barbadians, getting the work of preparation done to ensure that we are in a position that we understand the threat and that we understand how we can best respond to the threat.
Today we are called upon to be Barbadians more than anything else. We rest aside our colors, whatever we may have as our predispositions and our thinkings, and put our country at the forefront.
Chairman of the Barbados Private Sector Association, Edward Clark, also praised the Prime Minister for what he called strong leadership on the issue and promised the private sector will play its part. He also spoke out against price gouging or hoarding of supplies.
We have heard in the news reports about some of that taking place in some of the other markets. This is not something that we should tolerate in Barbados. And I certainly will not be someone tolerating such price gouging anywhere in Barbados. We believe that even the hoarding of supplies is something that should be discouraged.
Local travel agents concerned about the impact the global coronavirus outbreak could have on their business, especially cruise ship bookings. General Manager of the Travel House, June Clark, says while they're receiving many calls, they're mostly about their clients' concerns, and they've been spending a lot of time trying to allay fears and prevent panic among would-be travelers. She also explained that travel agents are being affected since they're losing the commission paid by cruise lines for bookings.
Rather than being able to progress with getting business or working on the actual business, there's a lot of obviously damage control, because really giving people the attention, people who are calling in, whether it's a travel house client or not, they're calling us for information. Some people may have gone online and booked, but they're recognizing that they can't actually call the cruise line because they're inundated with calls. And as partners, what's happening is that people are calling us. So rather than a booking being made, it's really you're trying to do damage control.
Ms. Clark is also worried about how long it will take for the cruise ship business to recover even after the outbreak is over. The coronavirus could also have some impact on crop over. In fact, the president of the Barbados Association of Band Leaders and Masqueraders, Chetwin Stewart, says the outbreak is being carefully watched in that sector.
So it's something that we have been monitoring for a while. In terms of how it has been affecting us so far, is obviously a lot of people bring stuff out of China. So I've heard one or two discussions about not being able to get stuff, but then people going elsewhere.
Manager of the Aura Experience Kadooment Band, Rondell Jones, had a similar view, but noted the FETs could also be affected.
Well, it may affect the band in many ways, actually. What's happened is that, obviously, a lot of the materials and so forth that come from outside of Barbados, some of them even China. So from a production standpoint, we may have challenges getting all the materials in, and this is across most of the band.
A taxi driver who appeared to mimic a seizure as he was being arrested by a police officer at the Bridgetown port has been slapped with a list of charges and released on bail after appearing in court today. The arrest was caught on video and made the rounds on social media.
All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makar Kodash. Double honor to my teachers, the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Yakin worldwide that are sincere and serious in doing the will of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Makar Kodash. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 1 and 2 to you all. Yeah, so under disciple Koshab and Yamin, and you just heard the 5:30 news. First case of coronavirus in Jamaica. So my prayers up for those brethren over there. You know what I mean? Right? And now Barbados is doing all they can to monitor and I can't say prevent, but ensure security when the virus hits its shores. You see? And let me tell you, boy, Barbados is 166 square miles, a small island. And when that hits here, boy, hey, the scripture right here, Psalm 91. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. What's the secret place of the Most High? Having this knowledge and this truth. Who you are, you understand? You're a servant of the Lord, what your duties are, who the so-called white man is, you understand? Having this whole entire knowledge, man, you see? You will abide under the shadow of the Almighty. In other words, you'll be protected. You see? This is the mask that I can wear. Lord willing. You see? I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in noonday. Salakia. Nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. So, with this coronavirus, your mask can be this truth. As you see it spreading, the coronavirus, Italy basically on lockdown. When I tell you Italy on lockdown, Italy is on lockdown, B. You hear what I'm telling you, man? Italy is on lockdown. This is the year of prophecy, boy. I can't remember SARS doing so much damage. You see? And another thing too, right? Another thing too. This should be a separate video, but the many lot are being made famous, or In other words, you can't really hide no more. You see, I had 2 encounters today. One with a Rastaman who always sees me when I go on the highways. But then another fella, right, who I encountered today, told me that he know that I just preach through another fella that knows me. He knows my name, everything, and I don't know this man. You see? So, hey, prophecy as in persecution, you made the Lord can come too. You see? That can come too, because this is the year of prophecy, boy. You see? This is only the 10th day of March. You see? But hey, man, let the Lord's will be done. You see? Let the Lord's will be done. All the praying you people can do, right? All the praying you people can do, you cannot defeat the purpose of the Lord. You see? You can't defeat it. Amos 9:8, behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, save the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. You see? This is the purpose of the Lord be regarding the sinful kingdom of America, regarding Babylon the Great. All nations have drunk of her wine, of her fornication. No, the nation's mad, man. You see? Verse 10, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So, the coronavirus or whatever other virus can come is a modern day, that's a sword too, it's a biological weapon. You see? So, this thing can get, yo boy. But the scripture say it shall not come nigh thee. Right? The scripture say he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Right? He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah. In 7 days shall no evil touch thee. In famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword be. Alright? Yo, so with that, all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai.